Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Closing Comments here on April 8th. Let's take a look at our charts, starting off with our live cattle. June 25 contract on the board here. Today we saw price open up above $1.97, so we got a higher open. However, price steadily sold off all day long, eventually closing below $1.94 and our prior day's low. This is not a good look for the bulls at the moment. Continued selling below our today's low will open the door to $1.90 potentially to start looking for support down there. However, if the bulls are able to support it early tomorrow morning, would expect a continued wide range trade within these prior days ranges as the bulls continue to look for support. I urge everyone to remain defensive here as this market sorts itself out and digests this recent breakdown. A close above the 50-day average and $1.98 is going to be the first thing we need to see before we can get back on the long side. In the meantime, stay defensive and wait for this market to balance out before we can jump on the next leg. Feeder cattle saw an inside day today. Price opened higher as well, however sold off throughout the day. Today we saw $6 range trading inside of Monday's $10 range, so we're continuing to see wide ranges and volatility in the feeders as well. Price not making new lows was a positive sign as we expect to see the bulls trying to support this market inside Monday's range. Want to wait and see price balance out and form some tighter ranges before getting too eager on the long side. Also just need to get price to recover this 275 level and get back above the 50-day average before we can give the green light for longs. But just want to see that support set up before we get involved. And in the meantime, stay defensive here as well while this market digests this volatility. Corn market today saw another day of upside. The broader market continues to struggle while we're seeing relative strength here in the corn market. Price pushing up and closing around 469, not quite above our 470 level to confirm a potential new uptrend, but we are seeing this 470 level being tested here in the evening session as price opened up within the last couple hours. If the bulls can continue pushing up here and get a clear and close above 470 in our 50-day average, will open the door to a potential uptrend and give us the green light for longs going forward. However, if the bears are able to stop this thing and push it back down below, we could see this thing trade back down into the 450, 442 area in a hurry if they're going to fail up here at this level. Don't get too eager here, but this 470 level is going to be a good spot to make some decisions around, so use it as your line in the sand depending on either side you're playing. Next up, we got our crude market. Continued downside in oil today. Prices closing just above 58 bucks, but seeing continued losses here as this market has taken about $14-15 of heat over the last week. Would expect to see the selling continue. Prices are in overextended territory, but oversold can always become more oversold. So stay out of the way as the bears are strong here at the moment, and we'll continue to see wide ranges and volatility as this market continues losing ground. Next up, in our equity markets, we saw the S&P trading in another nice wide range today, about 360 points on the S&P as it bounced back and forth. Early upside was rejected in the afternoon today with the price closing down off the lows, but still lower today. At the moment, we are in the peak fear and panic mode here of this recent move. We're going to see continued wide ranges and volatility here. We have inflation reports this week as well as jobless claims, so be prepared for that volatility to continue as we get some of those data points released over the next few days. In the meantime, stay defensive here as well. There will be smoother seas to sail another day, but here in the meantime, let this market sort itself out and digest this breakdown here as well. Indexes all seeing similar action today across the board. Just stay safe out there and stay defensive while this market tries to put itself back together. So that's all we got for tonight. Thanks, everyone.